Hi, I'm Lindsay, and today we're going to do a class teaching you how to get started on handstands. I've called the class Work Hard, Play Hard because you need to do both to get into handstands, just like in life. So we're going to do a little bit of work at the beginning, some drills, some strength building, some flexibility, and then you have to have a playful attitude with handstands. We're going to have some fun and play towards the end and all throughout. We're going to get started down in child's pose, toes together, knees apart, extending your hands forward. Rest your third eye on the ground. Let it roll side to side, letting go of any thoughts, any tension. Now reach your hands forward and make your child's pose even more active. Lift your elbows up off the ground. Grip your fingers down as if you're trying to pull your hands back towards you. Lifting up through the armpits, shoulders down and back. Inhale, exhale. On your next inhale, tiptoe your fingers all the way over to the left front corner of your mat. Sink down through your right hip as you press especially through your right hand, right palm. Isometrically drag your right hand back towards you, stretch out through the right side body. Inhale. Exhale, tiptoe your fingers back through center. On your next inhale, tiptoe your fingers all the way to the right side front corner of your mat. Sink your left hip down. Extend through your left fingers. Press down through both palms. Isometrically drag your left hand back towards you. Inhale. Exhale. Hands back into center. Inhale, come up onto all fours. Hands beneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers to about 80% as wide as they'll grow. Imagine you're trying to squeeze your thumb and your baby finger towards each other, shoulders down and back. Inhale, look up to the sky. Shoot your sits bones up for cow pose. Exhale, round out. Inhale, look up, and as you look up, try to squeeze your hands and knees towards each other. Exhale, round out. Press your hands and knees away from each other. Last time. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round out. Come back into neutral. Extend your toes back. Come onto the balls of your feet. We're going to hold your plank for 1 minute. Option here to go down on your elbows or stay up on your hands. When we do a lot of handstanding, it can get tricky on your wrists, so it's always good to take a variation on your elbows if it's an option. Holding here. Imagine you're trying to squeeze your elbows towards your toes. Option to put your knees down if you need a break. But notice if it's just your mind telling you need a break or whether you actually do need a break. Pubic bone tucking up towards your chin. Tailbone extending long. To go a little deeper in this posture, come up onto your tippy toes. Round out through your back. Without piking your hips, lift your hips a little bit further away from the ground. Rounding out for 3, 2, 1. Put your knees down. Stretch back. Hips towards your heels. Hands in prayer. Bring your hands back between your shoulder blades. Inhale. Exhale. Extend your hands forward. Bring your feet to the front of your mat. Extend your feet towards the front of your mat and lie down onto your back. Bend your right knee in towards your chest. Hold here. Extend your right heel up towards the sky. Grab onto the back of your hamstring or your calf, or maybe grab on with your fingers around your big toe. Stretching out the hamstrings here. Let your right hip spin down towards your left heel. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Hug your leg a little bit deeper. Exhale. Your biceps should be engaged, pulling pretty strongly on your big toe. On your next inhale, Lift your shoulders up. See if you can go a little bit deeper. For 3, 2, 1. Gently release. Hug your right knee back in. Extend it forward. Hug your left knee in. Squeeze it tight. Inhale. Exhale. Extend your toes up towards the sky. Grab onto the back of your hamstring, or maybe your calf, or maybe reach up with your grab onto your big toe with your peace fingers, pointer and middle fingers. Sink your left hip back down towards your right heel. You may be hiking up as you do that. Option to bend your leg if this is excruciating for you. I'm a former runner, so I totally understand tight hamstrings. Always working on them myself. Inhale. Exhale. Go a little bit deeper. See if you can hug your big toe a little bit deeper. Strong engagement through your hamstring as you're stretching. One more inhale. And on this exhale, start to lift your shoulders up. Getting a little bit of core engagement here. Exhale. Release all the way down. Coming up into Navasana, boat pose. Hold here. Inhale. Exhale, extend halfway down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down, halfway down. Inhale up. And this exhale, let's hold and hover here. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale. Exhale. This is the work hard part. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release all the way down. We need to have really strong core to build our inversions and handstand practice. Feet up towards the sky, hands up towards the sky. Just lift your hips straight up, heels going straight up towards the sky, and do the same. Lift your shoulders right up, making a U shape with your body. Hold here and breathe. Feeling the deep core engagement, building the strength in order to hold the handstand. Press up eventually one day, if that's on your journey. And now lower a third of the way down. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower another third of the way down. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finally, lower the final third to a hover. Hold here. This is as if you're in a handstand. 5, 4, 3, strong core engagement. 2, 1, and release. Hug your knees up into your chest. Rock up and down your spine 3 times. 1, 2. On the third time, cross your ankles and flip all the way over onto your belly. Extend your fingertips out to the front corners of your mat and inhale, extend up for baby cobra variation. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Final inhale up. Extend your heart forward as opposed to trying to go up and back with your neck. Long neck extension evenly through your spine. And exhale down. Coming into Shalambhasana, option to use a block or not. Reach your hand out. You can use anything with a bit of weight, a book, something canned good, whatever works. Big toes touching, heels apart. Lift your knees up off the ground. On your next inhale, lift your toes up off the ground, lifting from the back inner thighs. Exhale. And on your next inhale, option to lift your upper body as well. Think of a long straight line, worrying less about going high and more about going long. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Option here to keep your hands down by your side if that one's not available. So either lifting with your hands by your side or repeating the first variation with the block. Inhale, come up. Big toes touching, hands up, squeeze the block. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Take your right cheek down and rest. On your next inhale, clear your block over to the side. Come back onto all fours, hands beneath your shoulders, fingers spread wide apart. Stack your wrist under your elbow, under your shoulders. Press down evenly through all four corners of your palm. Shoulders down and back. Lift up into a downward dog. Hips are sits bone distance apart. Shoulders down and back. Bend your knees a lot. Tilt your sits bones up to the sky. And then press your heels back down only as much as you can maintain the extension in your spine. Inhale. Exhale. Externally rotate your arms so you're creating space between your shoulders and your ears. Shoulder blades coming in towards your spine and down towards your sits bones. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Press through your hands. Straight, strong arms, but with a micro bend in your elbows so you're not hyperextending. Last inhale. Exhale. Tiptoe your feet up towards your hands. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Working for a hamstring stretch here. So feet are hip distance apart. Inhale, extend your heart forward, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extend halfway up. Exhale, fold. Last time, inhale, extend. Exhale, fold, keeping a micro bend in your legs. Stretch out your hamstrings. In handstand, we want to stack your hips over your shoulders. So the more flexibility you have in your hamstrings, the easier it is to do that and the less momentum you need. We're going to do a caterpillar walk as a drill to start building the strength for press-up handstand someday. It's not about the destination. It's really about all the work along the way. So press your hands into the ground, press up, sacrum up towards the sky, and take a baby step back with your feet. You can do 1 foot at a time if that's easier, like a tick-tock. And then slide your hands back all the way to the back of your mat. Maybe getting a little more air time each time. And now reverse all the way back to the front of the mat. Imagine you're squeezing your hands together, just like you did with the block. Don't forget to breathe. Keeping your gaze between your hands. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands into prayer. Take a moment, refocus, check back in with your body, with your breath. Let go of whatever just happened. Beautiful thing about inversions is a lot of things can get stirred up, and one of the ways to get more in tune with inversions is to be able to let go of whatever just happened and come back to the present moment. Hands down by your sides for Tadasana, mountain pose. Lift your kneecaps up, strong engagement. Lift and spread all 10 toes. Tuck your pubic bone up, tailbone down towards your heels. Shoulders up, back and down. Strong core engagement. Inhale, lift your hands up to the sky. Rotate your wrists so that your fingertips are pointing towards the back of your mat, and press through your hands. Natural extension through your shoulders. So you're not extending them way out of socket and you're not jamming them back down. Somewhere about in the middle where it feels organic. And again, imagine that you're squeezing a block between your hands. And this is handstand. Just upside down. Get a sense of where your body is in space. Inhale. Exhale. Let your hands fall down to the side. step back into downward dog. We're going to start working on handstand drills. So we're going to start with donkey kicks. Walk your feet about a third of the way forward. Check in with your hands. You always make sure your foundation is strong before you start to float. So you root down to rise up. Root down through all 10 fingertips. You want to spread the weight out through your whole hand so it's not all going right into your wrist. Press down through all 4 corners of your palm, especially the index and thumb knuckles where they meet the palm. Toes in about a third of the way. Start to bring the weight more and more into your hands. You're going to bend your knees and kick up as if you're trying to kick your bum with your heels. Gaze is between your hands. Try 10 times. Maybe getting a little air time. Doesn't matter. Doesn't even matter if you get an inch off the ground. It's just about playing with your body in space. Eventually getting some air time and maybe stretching into handstand. For now, keep practicing donkey kicks. Feel free to pause and try this against a wall. That's another option to build your inversions. So just take a break. Now you've had a little bit of experience with the handstanding and getting your body in a different relationship in space. We're just going to take a moment now to stretch out your wrists, give them some love. It's important not to overdo it with inversions. You can end up getting injured. I speak from experience. So be gentle and compassionate with your body. Practice your inversions and then know when it's time to take a break as well. So point your fingertips back towards your heels, come on the top of your hand, fingernails pointing down. Gently start to pull your upper arms back, stretching out your wrists. Now flip your hands right over so your fingernails are still pointing back, but now the palm of your hand is facing down. Bend your wrists, elbows stretch out through your wrists on the inside. And now shake them out. Take your left hand, grab onto your right hand and gently traction it. Pull it out a little bit, creating traction for your right wrist. Hold here and breathe for 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Take your right middle finger and thumb and grab onto your left hand. Gently pull on your left hand, creating traction for your left wrist. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. All right, good job. We've already done some great work today playing with the donkey kicks. I want to talk now about how to fall out of a handstand. One of the best ways to get better at handstand is to learn how to fall out of them, because you're going to do a lot of falling along the way, along your journey. So we're going to do now something you may not have done since you were 7. I hope you have, but we're going to do it today, practicing cartwheels. So stand at the back of your mat. Maybe start with your dominant leg, maybe create more space if you need it, and just go for a cartwheel. It doesn't have to be pretty, as you can see. Try 3 on your strong leg and then 3 on your weak leg. And I'll show you why after, as soon as we're done, why it's important. I promise there's no judge watching and grading you. Here's my bad side. So this is the play part, where you don't worry about looking dumb. Nobody cares, nobody's watching, and if they are, just tell them to join in. So the reason we do cartwheels, which I learned from my amazing teacher Duncan, is to learn how to fall out of the handstand. So watch when I handstand, when I go to fall. When you're in a handstand and you go to fall, you do a half cartwheel out of it. So here I am, I'm going to fall, half cartwheel. I'll do that one more time so you can see. Kicking up, I'm trying to kick into a handstand and I'm going to fall, half cartwheel. So again, you may want to pause the tape and go and practice cartwheeling, falling out. If you have a beach or a grassy area nearby, I highly recommend you go and do that, 25, 30 times, whatever works for you, so that you lose the fear about being upside down and what do I do if I fall? Because once you get over that hurdle, the rest is much, much easier. All right, good job. So now that we've done that, we're going to start doing a little bit more work on the L shape to get into handstand. So bend your right knee, stand on your left foot, spread your left toes out. Stay here or grab on to your big toe with your peace fingers, first and middle finger, and hold here. We're going to extend, stretch out your hamstrings, right shoulder back and down. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now gently let go of your big toe, or if you had your knee, extend your foot out. Right hip comes down even so that your hips are square. Extend your arms up and hold here, building the deep core muscles we need again for handstand for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your right leg, shake it out. Good job. So this is a beautiful opportunity to create both flexibility and strength and discipline, all things we need for practicing inversions. Lift and spread your right toes, creating a strong foundation. Look down, make sure your right foot is, my foot wasn't parallel, you want it to be parallel to the outer edge of your mat. Lift your left knee up, shoulders back and down. Stay here, or reach down with your big, to grab onto your big toe with your peace fingers. Inhale, and now extend your left leg as much as you can. Notice if you're hiking your left hip way up, square it down. Find one point of focus to gaze at and hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now hold, release, extend your left foot if it wasn't already extended. Reach up and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your leg. So donkey kicks, we're using more momentum to get into handstand. Now we're going to go from standing splits using more strength and control and a little more focus to get into handstand. You need both. So just both different approaches to get in. So come down into downward dog. Take a moment to catch your breath. Now take a big step forward with your right foot. Place your foot in between your hands. Lean your weight forward and come up into a standing split. So hips are square to the ground. Press down into your hands as if you're in a downward dog. Stretch out here. Same strong fingers. Imagine you're trying to squeeze a block between your hands, arms straight and strong. Now start to lift your right heel up off the ground and tilt your weight forward. Again, maybe getting a little bit of air time. Maybe you're not there yet. Maybe you're still working on flexibility. It doesn't even matter. Just try 5 times. Lifting, leaning your weight forward. Think about that L shape. If you're able to get a little air time, hug your right femur bone in towards your pelvis. And maybe up. And back down again. Good job. Inhale, come up. Take a moment in mountain pose. Close your eyes if that's helpful. Check in with your body. Notice if you've stirred up any thoughts, any emotions. Just notice them, observe them, and then let them go. And inhale. Exhale. Start all over again. It's another new beginning. Place your hands down. Step back into downward dog. Take a moment in downward dog again to clear out, let go of whatever might have just come up for you. Maybe it was amazing, maybe it was terrible, maybe it was nothing at all. Big step forward with your left foot coming in between your hands. Start to walk your right foot forward, leaning forward. Take your foot back a little bit, about 6 inches back. Square your hips to the ground. Extend through your right leg up towards the sky, lifting through the back inner thigh. Strong, straight arms. Press into all 10 fingertips. Squeeze your hands as if you're squeezing a block between you. And now again, start to lift onto your tippy toes of your left foot. Extend your right foot higher and higher. And now play with leaning your weight more and more into your hands. Maybe getting some air time off your left foot. That L shape. Pressing up eventually into a handstand. One day, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. Gaze is between your hands. And slowly come back down, feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, bring the energy back down in front of your heart. And just let it go. Notice the sensations in your body, any thoughts or emotions in your mind, your subtle body. And just take a moment to express gratitude for having a healthy body and a courageous heart to even be doing this kind of a class or a practice. I just want to end by doing a couple of examples of how you can incorporate the handstands into your flows. So I'm going to start demonstrating a sun salutation, Surya Namaskara A, and then Surya B, and show you how you can start to incorporate the donkey kicks as well as the one-legged kick-ups into your flows. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Inhale, extend your heart halfway. Exhale, plant your hands. This is an opportunity. You can play with the donkey kick. And then bend your elbows, shoot back to chaturanga. Inhale, extend up. Eventually you can press up in that as well. Exhale, come back here for 3 breaths in downward dog. 2. And 1. On your exhale, bend your knees, sink your hips. Look between your hands, and you're going to do another donkey kick. If it's helpful, you can walk your toes forward about 3 inches. Think about getting your hips over your hands, pressing up maybe into a handstand. And cartwheel out if you fall. Happens to me about 10 times a class. And eventually, pressing your feet all the way back down. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands back into prayer. So you can do any variation of those donkey kicks, just trying to get a little bit more hang time in the air. Let's go for Surya B. Inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips. Inhale, extend up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extend your heart halfway. Exhale, plant your hands. Opportunity here. Donkey kick up and back. It doesn't have to be pretty. And exhale, back, downward dog. Inhale, big step forward with your right foot. Coming up, warrior 1. Exhale, opportunity to handstand here. Step your right foot back about a foot. Left foot up, kick up, and bend your elbows, land in chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, press back, downward dog. Pivot your right heel in, step your left foot forward. Inhale, up, warrior 1. Exhale, plant your hands. Take a little step back with your left foot up to that standing split handstand we did. Kick up. You can try a couple times if you need to. Bend your elbows, land in chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, and exhale. Press back, downward dog. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. And last time. Inhale. Exhale. Bend your knees. Jump through to seated. Cross your ankles. Closing out the class, we're going to do a quick back bend. Reach down, feet parallel to the outer edges of your mat. Reach down with your fingertips. Touch your heels. Press into all 4 corners of your feet. Lift your hips up. If you're able to, tuck your shoulders under, maybe clasp your hands. Press through all 4 corners of your feet. Think about extending your knees forward. Extension through your back. Imagine there's a tennis ball in between your chin and your chest. Space between your cervical spine, the back of your neck, and the mat. Press a little bit of pressure into the back of your skull so you're engaging your neck muscles. And hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Untuck. Your shoulders roll down 1 vertebrae at a time, knees together, feet apart. We're going to neutralize your spine by doing 1 more rock up into Navasana with your knees bent or extending straight. 1 last little bit of core work that over time will help to build your deep core muscles. It will help you with press-ups and other kinds of variations on inversions. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Cross your right foot over your left. Press your hands. Maybe leave your feet down and lift your hips, or maybe lift your feet and your hips, holding up for 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Last time, either half or full Navasana. Getting stronger and stronger in your core so that over time you build the strength and focus and determination to be able to press up. And in the meantime, get an amazing workout. 3, 2, 1. Cross your left ankle over your right. This time hug your knees in. Lift your hips for 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Take your left heel in towards your right hip. Cross your right foot over your left. Reach back with your right fingertips. Inhale, extend your left hand up. Exhale, tuck your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Inhale, extend your spine. Exhale, twist open. Inhale, extend. Exhale, twist. Last time, inhale, extend. Exhale, twist. And inhale, release. Lean back on both hands. Do a can-can switch with your legs. Right heel is down towards your left hip. Left foot is on the outside of your right knee. Lean back with your left fingertips. Inhale, reach your right hand up. Exhale, tuck your right outer arm to the outside of your left knee. Inhale, extend your spine as if your spine is a slinky that somebody's stretching out. And exhale, twist, as if you're twisting the slinky around itself. Inhale, extend. Exhale, twist. One more inhale, extend. Exhale, twist. Inhale, release. Extend your feet in front of you. Shake them out. Reach your hands forward. Slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time. Notice if you reach your drop point, try to control yourself all the way down onto your back. Cross your right leg over your left so your knees are stacked on top. Grab onto the outer edges of your feet and start to hug your knees in towards your chest as you keep your hips, your low back on the ground, your sacrum on the ground. Nice hip stretch here to finish it off. Inhale. Exhale. Holding here for 3, 2, 1. Release your legs. Cross your left leg over your right, stacking knee on top of knee. Gomukhasana legs. Sacrum down on the ground. Grab onto the outer edges of your feet. Flex your ankles so you're not sickling in your ankles. And now hug your knees back into your chest. Letting go of any tightness in your hips. Inhale. Exhale. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Gently release the twist. Hug your knees into your chest. Grab onto the outer edges of your feet for happy baby. Squeeze down. And now gently release your feet out to the front corners of your mat. Let go of any tension. Tuck your shoulder blades under and then release any effort there. Palms facing up to the sky for Shavasana. Starting at the top of your head, releasing any tension in your eyes and your ears, around your jaw. Continuing down through your body, release any tension in your shoulders, in your chest, in your back. Traveling down, release any tension in your groin, your hip flexors, your glutes. Let it all melt away. And continue down through your thighs, your calves. Notice if you're gripping. Let it all melt away. Finally, all the way down to your ankles and your toes, like a wave of relaxation, traveling all the way through your body. Now start to bring your awareness back to your breath. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. hug your body, hug your knees back into a nice ball. Give yourself a hug. Thank yourself for taking the time for yourself, and I thank you for sharing your time with me and taking the time to explore and play with handstands. Cross your ankles, rock up and down your spine 3 times. 1, 2, and on the 3rd time, come all the way up to a comfortable seated position. Take your hands into prayer in front of your heart. Keep your eyes closed. Namaste.